Hello, I'm Carl Bradge from Chaparral Motorsports here with Justin from Helmet House today. Today we're looking at the Cortech collection that's going to be released at the end of March. Now this is brand new content or brand new product for the 2020 riding season. Now we're going to have 3 different videos we're going to get out of this particular shoot today. The first is going to be an overview of all of the products that he has brought to show us today. That's going to be exciting. We're then going to break it down into a second video that's going to be just the new jackets for 2020. And then the third video is going to be just the new gloves for 2020. So Justin, really quick, in a nutshell, what are we looking to see as far as improvements for 2020?
Well, you're going to start seeing a lot better quality materials. You're going to start seeing more relevant products that look current. We're going to update all of this stuff to where you guys are looking really good on those bikes while staying very safe and protected.
So Justin, what it sounds like is you go back to the early 2000s, you had Tourmaster and you had Cortech, and they were very, very different brands. Cortech was more of the sport line, and Tourmaster was more of the sport touring, adventure touring, and just the guy that was out there putting loads of miles on his motorcycle. Now today, it sounds like from the presentation that you've given us that we're really going back to those 2 basic roots again.
Very much so. Over the past decade, I'd say Cortech and Tourmaster kind of became very close and similar to each other. And so this year with both collections, you're really going to start seeing them diverge from each other and become their own iconic brands once again.
Now we have a third iconic brand that kind of has snuck in this last year that we've done a bunch of videos on already. It's the Boulevard Collective. Now give us quick in a nutshell the Boulevard Collective and kind of what the idea is for that lineup.
I'll tell you, the Boulevard Collective is one of my most exciting things right now going on. And our Boulevard Collective is a lifestyle urban apparel, but really with protection at the core of the whole thing. It's no longer grab something and we put a couple pieces into it. We really brought some good looking product that you can ride and know and be safe in it.
Again, the Boulevard Collective is going to be a lifestyle brand for that guy who's riding his cafe racer, his bobber, riding around town, wanting to look cool but be protected at the same time. And it comes in at a Helmet House value price point as well. You're going to look like you're in Roland Sands, but you're not going to be shelling out Roland Sands money when you go to pay for that jacket at the counter. Now that we talked a little bit about those 3 different segments that Helmet House is really taking this year, let's get into all of these pieces of gear so you guys can get a quick sample of what it looks like and what it's called. All right, Justin and I have just jumped into 2 of the new jackets that we're going to see in the Cortech lineup. He's wearing the more entry-level jacket, and I'm wearing the more premium-level jacket. Now, the first thing I want to point out that I really like is the fact that both of these jackets have the same level of armor. Same protection in entry-level as you get in the premium. Now, what are we looking at here, Justin?
So basically what we're wearing here is I'm wearing the Aero Tech jacket, and this is the non-perforated version. We'll offer it in perforated as well, but this is the jacket that is for your everyday rider. Not a lot of pockets or storage. You'll get some water barrier in it, but this is just going to be a nice entry-level piece. Where he's wearing, this is the Hypertech, and this Hypertech jacket is really going to have a lot of storage, a lot of dexterity, a little bit better protection in our hard TPRs, and a little bit more of the paneling that gives you that heavy protection.
This jacket is super comfortable. Now what I like about it is it has your protective riding shell on the outside, so you have abrasion protection and impact protection, or abrasion resistance and impact protection. And then on the inside, we have a waterproof, windproof liner. And then inside of that, we have an insulated liner. So it's basically a 3-part system. So if it's cold, you use all 3 pieces. If it is not cold but just wet, you wear just the waterproof liner. And if it is neither cold nor wet, you wear just the shell that's going to keep you protected in the case of impact or slide.
Absolutely, yes. This is what you would consider your 4-season jacket. This can go into any weather that you are going to handle for that weekend, long trip, or just a day ride. This jacket, you can still consider it a 4-season jacket, but it definitely does not have the warmth barrier in it, just a water liner. So if you're looking for a little more, this is where you're going.
Now please keep in mind that we are going to have full detailed breakdowns of each of these jackets. Now, time to get into the next 2. All right, we've now jumped into the ventilated versions of the jackets that we were just wearing. Justin was wearing the non-vented version of this jacket, and the jacket over there on the mannequin is actually a lady's jacket that didn't quite fit Justin's manly figure, so we put her up over there on the hanger over there. But now let's talk a little bit about the features of these jackets. Now, features and benefits wise, other than having full mesh, it's essentially the same chassis.
Very much so. So you're not losing any of the protection, any of the materials. All you're getting is more breathability for those hot summer days. They will still incorporate warmth barriers and wind or rain barriers as well.
So for example, this jacket here, like I said, was the same as the one that Justin was wearing previously. This has just the windproof, waterproof barrier inside of it. That's going to be the more technical piece that's going to have your insulated liner, your windproof, waterproof, and of course your fully 100% vented mesh on the outside.
What you'll get out of all of these jackets, we're using Safe Tech armor, CE level 2 throughout both jackets, high and low. So you're going to be covered no matter which one you go with, but you know it's really high grade materials.
Now I'm super stoked about that. Previously they were using a SaskTech armor, which is a little bit more hard or brittle to the feel when you're wearing the jacket. The Safe Tech armor is going to be much more flexible and a lot more comfortable. Now, Justin, there's a couple features of the women's jacket that the men's jacket doesn't have. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So for our ladies, we really wanted to make sure that we give you a lot of comfort, a lot of usability here. So we actually put into these jackets now these really, really nice accordions on each side that will give you plenty of flex forwards and backwards, so forwards and backwards and side to side. We also, on the back side of these jackets, we added in a nice relief on each side of the skirt that you can zip out and give yourself a little extra room.
This is going to zip open and give you about an extra inch on either side, so you can perfectly tailor this fit to your specific body shape and size. Now let's get into the next two jackets. We've now stepped into two brand new pieces from the Boulevard Collective from Cortech. This is a full-on jacket, and this one here is more of a shirt jacket style. So what have we got here, Justin, when it comes to these two pieces?
Well, what we're looking at is some really nice cold weather pieces. We have the Deni Jacket here, which is going to be your cold weather camping style jacket, very relaxed fit, but you're not going to lose any style of protection or quality out of this. I'm wearing the Voodoo, which is more of a shirt jacket and more of a nicer piece you can go out to dinner in. You can just go out and be casual and feel like you look good while still being very protected.
So the Voodoo Jacket here is going to be a dual wax cotton, basically, so it's going to be water resistant on the exterior. It's going to have a little bit of abrasion resistance for the slide, and it has armor in the shoulders and the elbows. That's going to give you that impact protection if you happen to fall over on the motorcycle. Now that armor is really easily removed. You're going to see that in the detailed breakdown. And again, it's going to be a great piece for walking around town, not looking like you just jumped off a motorcycle. Now, a really neat piece that both of these pieces have, as well as the majority of the pieces in the Boulevard Collective line, is there is a unique Kevlar type liner that is inside these jackets to keep you protected while you're sliding down the road. Give us a little bit of a detailed breakdown on what goes into that there, Justin.
So we're using a material called synchro mesh, which is basically a synthetic version of Kevlar. Both of these jackets and all the other textile pieces in the Boulevard collection are going to be 100% lined with this. This material is a high abrasion resistance made for crashing. In addition to that, you're also going to get DuPont Kevlar in all of the crash areas. So CE level 1 pads, DuPont Kevlar, synchro mesh liners, you're covered.
So the cotton material that's on the outside of these jackets is going to disappear as soon as you hit the pavement, but that liner that is sewn into both of these garments is going to protect you for the slide. Pretty neat feature from Cortech for 2020. So kicking off the glove portion of this presentation, let's move south a little bit and talk about the only boot that we're going to see new for 2020 from the Cortech line. What do we got here, Justin?
We are looking at the Chicane waterproof boot and the Chicane non-waterproof boot.
So this guy here is fully vented. Obviously, you're not going to get much waterproofness with all these holes going directly through to the inside of the boot, but that's going to be a great feature if you live in Southern California or you ride in a hot weather climate. This guy here is going to be no ventilation, and this is going to be your waterproof version. Now, we all know that we don't have a shifter on the right-hand side of the motorcycle, but to give you that symmetrical look when you're off the bike, they've gone ahead and put the matching shifter pad on the brake side as well. It's a nice touch. It just gives that nice symmetrical look when you're off the bike walking around. Now I have had a chance to try these on. They feel really good. They're a little stiff to begin with. This would be a great shoe if you're looking for a very casualish looking riding shoe that's going to protect your ankles, your heel, and your toe when out there on the road. Now let's get into the gloves. So right now we're going to be starting over here at your left and working toward your right, from the least protective to the most protective of the new Cortech riding gloves for 2020. So the first two gloves that we have on here are going to be companion gloves to the first two jackets that we wore in the segment. This is going to be the Aero Flow, and that's going to be the Aero Tech. So give us a quick rundown on what we can see different between these two gloves, Justin.
So we're looking at the Aero Tech here. This is the non-perforated version of what we're dealing with. This is going to have slight protection down all the fingers. You're going to have a really nice reinforced palm. This glove is actually street rated, so you can use this as a dual sport or you can use this as a full street glove. Both of these gloves are going to come with touchscreen compatible thumbs and pointer fingers. The Aero Flow, which he's wearing, this is going to be your more perforated version of these two gloves. This is going to have a nice airflow while still protecting all of your fingers and knuckles. A little bit higher grade here in the palm. We're going to have a nice leather stitch instead of just a standard material, so it's a little bit higher abrasion resistant.
Moving up in protection, we have the next two gloves here. Justin, what are we looking at?
So I'm wearing the Hyper Flow, and he is wearing the Sonic Flow. The Sonic Flow is going to be the higher end out of the two here. You're going to have a nice carbon fiber inlay for your knuckle protection. You're going to have a little bit of finger protection on every single finger. You're going to have the really nice accordions for dexterity. On the palm, you're going to have the higher end protection here. You're going to have the nice crash pad, it's a soft pad, and you're going to have all leather for the entire palm. On the Hyper Flow, we're going to have just the hard TPR instead of the carbon fiber inlay. You'll still have your nice finger protection while they're dueling as vents, and you're going to have a really nice relief on the wrist action here. So this one will have the nice leather and textile, keeping that price point down a little bit for you. So between the two, great protection, great airflow, little less protection here, little higher protection on the Sonic Flow.
All right, now we're moving into the leather segment that's going to offer even more protection than the gloves that we just saw. Justin, what are we looking at here?
So I am wearing the Chicane St. This is going to be a full leather exterior, half leather, half textile on the palm. You're going to have a really nice soft crash pad across the entire palm where you did not have that on the other gloves. You're going to have a lot of ventilation going through the hard TPR while still incorporating finger protection, being 100% perforated. You are wearing the Apex St, and this is going to be the higher end of these two short style gloves. You're going to have the nice carbon fiber inlay over the knuckles. You're going to have a really nice carbon fiber crash pad on the palm to help you on that slide and skid. You're also going to get more leather throughout the palm here while being fully perforated. And then the last thing, these are both going to be touchscreen compatible fingers and thumbs.
Now I can say that this glove is significantly more comfortable than the previous gloves we've worn. The other gloves have been lighter, which make them have a comfortable feeling to them, but the actual construction of this glove is pretty nice. We have external seams here around so you don't get any of that seam feeling on the inside. All of the accordions and gussets on this glove, the relief back here at the back, the ventilation here with these perforations. Overall, it's a fantastic feeling glove. Moving up to the next two more protective gloves, we have the Chicane and the Apex RR gloves. What you're going to notice first off is it's basically a gauntlet version of the previous two gloves we looked at. Now Justin, what are the features and benefits that we're going to see from this glove that we didn't in the prior two?
So with these being the gauntlets, you're going to have the high rise, so more protection, more coverage. On the back side, you're going to have a dual closure for both of them. This is going to really make sure these gloves stay secure and on your hands in the case of a crash, but still very comfortable and a lot of dexterity. On the top side, you can notice the difference too here. I have the hard TPR. He's got the carbon fiber inlay. Just a little bit different there. So you're going to keep the price point down on my glove. His price point will be a little bit higher. You're still going to get all the nice accordions in all the fingers while still incorporating protection across all fingers as well.
Now, what are the price point differences between the short cuff and the gauntlet versions?
The short style gloves of these are going to be price pointed at $59.99 in the Chicane and $79.99 in the Apex STs. The gauntlets will be $79.99 in the Chicane RR and $109.99 in the Apex RR. So very close in pricing, just a little bit more added protection. That's where the dollar value comes in.
We've now reached the last glove in our lineup. This is the most protective glove. This is what GP racers are wearing out there on the racetrack. This is an extremely protective glove. Justin, give us the breakdown.
So what we're looking at here is our full race glove. If you are a track rider, a weekend track rider, or you are on the heavy race scene, this is the glove for you. This is going to come in at the $209 price range. And what you're going to get out of that, you're going to have the really solid hard TPR wrist enclosures for that crash protection. It's going to be dual closure with the nice cover. So in case of that crash, this is not going to come off your hand. You're going to have the really nice Knox pads for that heavy crash protection on all of the palm. You're going to have nice premium goat leather here with the super fabric on the palm and on the fingers at the end for your pinky protector. That's a big piece when you're sliding down that road. The other thing you're going to get on top of this glove is you're going to have the nice hard TPR protector with ventilation points throughout so it breathes really well when you're out there pushing hard. The fingers are all also going to be 100% protected with these points here and ventilation and super fiber as well. Lastly, you're going to have the really nice relief on the knuckles. This is going to give you all of that extra dexterity you need when you're rolling on and off that throttle and getting into your attack positions. So really, guys, this is a home run for the price, and you know that this is really going to protect you.
And there you have it. Those there are just the quick details of the Cortech glove lineup for 2020. Now, if you want to be notified when the new detailed breakdown videos are released, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be part of the notification squad. Thank you for watching. Justin, thank you for joining us. Until next time, take care and ride safe out there.